Welcome to Exercise for Beginners, where I teach you how to get started if you've never started before. For this week's video, I wanted to try and tackle doing some back exercises. But before we get into that, I did want to kind of preface with it's really tough to get your whole back without like any heavier weights or cable machines. The back is all pull movements, right? You have to pull stuff towards you or pull stuff down. So if you don't really have anything to pull or any substantial anchor points for maybe the bands that you do have, it's tough to get to your lats and stuff. But what I can show you are ways to get to your upper back, which if you can get good at a lot of that and you can progress there, it does increase your functionality in your shoulders, which will aid you in doing all those pull movements later on when you do hit the gym. So we are going to start with our 1/4-inch band for today. See how far I can get with just this one. All right, I'm going to have you step on that. All right, so from here, I'm going to have you hinge over to the side. Now, you can change the difficulty in this by spreading your feet apart. You increase the tension in the band or going narrower to make it a little bit easier. That's totally up to you, but that's how you can adjust how tough it is. If it's still too easy, you could just go up to a 1/2-inch band. Those are still relatively cheap. So from here, you want to keep your arms tight to your side, elbows straight back, straight up. Really squeeze those back muscles. Squeeze in between the shoulders, right? This is a variation of a row, like a bent over row. If you only have 3, 5, or 8-pound dumbbells, this might add a little bit of extra stimulation. You could also loop your dumbbells in the end of the band and hold on to those in row. So that'll add maybe a good 10 pounds of resistance there. So from here, you can go ahead, you can stay standing on that band. You can do an upright row. So you'll be here, up. Very straightforward, elbows flare out. Again, heavy equipment not necessarily required. This light band is actually quite a bit of tension. Make sure with this, we're nice and tall. Chest up, elbows out. Great. So now might be where we need to get a little crafty. So like I said, with your back exercises, you do tend to need some anchor points for your band, right? So I'm using a doorknob in this case. If you have higher anchor points where you can loop the band up more overhead, that's great. I do think that that's tough to do in a home unless you have one really sturdy shower curtain rod. So I looped this around the doorknob like so, and all you're going to do here, this is called a like serratus anterior, which is under here. It's a band hold. So you're going to pull this to your sides through your hips here, stand up nice and tall, and this one you're just going to hold, right? You should feel your sides kind of activate. All right, so your serratus anterior, if you think about a bodybuilder, it's like those muscles that kind of protrude out from the rib cage. They look like little fingers up real high, like up here. That's what those are. So serratus anterior are great for functionality in the shoulders, in contributing to full rotation and range of motion, but they are also great as a stabilizer in overhead movement and in performing proper like pull downs and stuff, and proper movement during pull-ups eventually. So they're really important. They often get a little missed because they do tend to get used in movements basically from here up, right? And just in life in general, not many of us are doing a ton up here. And since they are stabilizers and they do assist with a lot of upward movement, they just tend to get forgotten about a little bit. So they tend to atrophy. It's super normal. Nothing to be concerned about, but something you definitely want to give attention, especially before you do any bigger pressing, right? So from here, what I'm going to have you do is kind of a variation of a hinged straight arm pull down. So we'll be here and pull through. Right out in front of you, pull through. Really overemphasize here, right? You're a beginner. We're looking at improving our range of motion. So you're going to pull through your hips, really squeeze those shoulder blades together, and really try and squeeze your lats or up here as best as you can. Like I said, I know it's tough to do. This is a great one, or if you had the option of anchoring more overhead, you can pull down from more overhead, and you're going to get more lat engagement, or like more of your entire back. And then last but not least, we're going to do a face pull. Honestly, a staple. This one translates very well to a cable machine once you get there. So you'll be here. So normally you could do this standing, but doorknobs are not very high. So you're going to have your arms up straight out in front of you and pull towards your face. Pull towards your face. Right? You really want to squeeze those shoulder blades together. Right? As much movement as possible right now. Pull straight back. Straight back. Now, like I said, you can increase the intensity on any of these exercises by like doubling up the band, looping it around your hand, right? Whatever works for you, whatever gives you more engagement. All right, there we go. All right, those are your 5 exercises for today, mostly for upper back, a little bit of lats thrown in there as best as I could. Subscribe to my channel if this content feels like it's for you. I try to post every week some exercises that are great for beginners. So have a great week. Hope to see you next time.